Well, hello and welcome back to Star Citizen University, and in this video we're going to be looking at how do you get rid of a crime stat. First of all, how do you check and see if you've got a crime stat? You simply open your lobby glass and you look here. Next to your money is a crime stat. Usually there's nothing in there. At the moment it's telling me I've got a crime stat 3. Now, how did you get a crime stat? Maybe you shot a stray bullet in a bunker that hit the wrong person. Maybe you got involved in a mid-air collision that wasn't your fault. Well, it felt like it wasn't your fault, but you still got the crime stat. There's lots of ways you could end up getting a crime stat. Almost none of them are actually deliberate. Sometimes they can be if you're going pirating, but most of the time it's an accident. So what do? Well, you need to pick up a chip, a hacking chip, and you need to remove your criminal record. Now, you can get a hacking chip at most different places, most different of the cities, you know, like Microtech, New Babbage, or Area 18 and Artcore, but you can't get there if you've got a crime stat. So the only place that will let you land with a crime stat is going to be Yella, which is one of Crusader's moons. So that is where we're going. We're going to Yella to get the Grim Hex. For as long as you've got a crime stat, there is a chance that you will have players after your bounty, which is, well, usually speaking, not something that you want to be dealing with. But yeah, at the moment we're on our way to Grim Hex. We'll pick up. I'll show you where to pick up a chip, and then we'll go and remove the crime stat.
Auto drive is now off.
Okay, so we've arrived at Yella, and in order to find Grim Hex, it's just a question of centering on where we are. Zoom in, and we'll see Grim Hex off to the side here. So we'll set course for there. We're going to need to bounce a wee bit. I know most people probably know how to find Grim Hex, but the people that haven't had much dealings with the criminal side of the game might struggle. So first of all you head to Yella, then you find Grim Hex, which orbits in an asteroid field nearby. So we're just setting course there, and I will bring you back once we are boots on the ground in Grim Hex. Okay, so welcome to Grim Hex, or Green Imperial as it was once known. One thing to note, if we check, we will not see a crime stat, because Grim Hex is lawless, so crime stats do not exist here. That's worth noting, because otherwise people think that they've suddenly lost their crime stat and they go out and try and go about their business, and it doesn't end well. So this is the area that we've landed in Grim Hex. I'm just going to show you where to go to get to the chip. It's not the most intuitive journey in the world. First of all, we're going to these elevators. Elevators of Doom. And basically the elevators in Grim Hex have got a bit of a reputation. Okay, one thing that is worth mentioning is if you've only got a crime stat of 1, from here you can nip upstairs here and get to a terminal like this, and you can use this to pay off a crime stat level 1, just as a fine. As far as I'm aware, that works for all crime stat level 1s, but I'm sure someone can leave in the comments if that is not the case. But yes, this is as much as you need to do if you are trying to get rid of a level 1 crime stat. But we have a level 3 crime stat, so we have more to do. Alright, so to pick up the hacking key that you're going to need, we're looking to find the administration office. We're not going there, but if you find that, you know that just off to the left there's a set of stairs going down with a white arrow, and that's what we're following to get to this rather disreputable looking establishment here, where we're going to pick up the Tiger's Claw. And that's basically the tool that we need to remove our crime stat. Sometimes it's worth picking up 2 or 3 of these, especially if you've got buddies that are going to be helping you out. We'll pick up a couple. It's always nice to have a spare. Okay, so what we're now going to have to do is we're going to have to fight our way into a security centre, kill some more people, probably get even more of a crime stat so that we can remove our crime stat. It's not very intuitive, but there we are. So yeah, with that in mind, if you found yourself in this situation and you don't have armour or a gun, then, well, you're already in Grim Hex, you might as well go and get armour and a gun. You can, if you run around for long enough, you will find the armour and the gun shop. Some pretty good stuff in there anyway. But for the purposes of this video, we've got what we came for, which is the key. So back to the ship. While I'm going back to the ship though, I'll just tell you that there's a few options from this point. You can go to the closest of the security stations, which will be Korea, which is actually a space station, a security space station, which floats off, I think, Selin is the moon. I would not recommend, if you are new to crime stats, that you deal with Korea, for two reasons. One, because approaching it in your ship, it will shoot at you. You cannot dock there without losing your ship, so you really need somebody else to be dropping you off, and that's outside the scope of this video, which is for people who don't really know how to get rid of a crime stat by themselves. So what we need to do then is get to a security centre that's actually on a moon, and we are going to we'll probably just use Lyria because I spent a lot of time in Lyria. So we're going to set course at the moment to fly ourselves over to Lyria and find the security system there, or the security centre in Lyria. We could also go to Hurston or Megtech. So, there's a good number of options of locations that have security centres. But for the purposes of this video, it will be Lyria, so rather than sit and make you watch a quantum jump that's going to take about 4 minutes, I'll come back when we're approaching Lyria. So I'm just back to say, don't do what I did, which is leave Grim Hex without actually transferring the tactical hacking key into your personal inventory. Stupid mistake, so I had to go back and pick it up, but here we go, back to Lyria. Right, so I said there's two reasons why going to one of the moons is better than going to Korea, but I only told you one of them. One of them is that it's not safe to land at Korea, your ship will get blown up. The second reason is that because, this will be interesting, well, we're just out of Lyria and I think we're getting attacked by an NPC bounty hunter, which didn't go very well for the NPC bounty hunter, but them's the breaks. So I told you I was going to tell you two reasons why going to the moon was better than going to Korea. One of them is because, as I said, landing at the Korea station, you will be under fire, you won't be able to dock without getting blown up. The second reason though is because Korea is much closer to Grim Hex, where most people go to get their hacking key. So most people go to Korea. So also most bounty hunters go to Korea. So if you go there, you're much more likely to run into a bounty hunter or another criminal, neither of which are going to make your life easy. So if you go to the moons, it's a longer travel, but apart from occasional NPC bounty hunters, or very, very rarely player bounty hunters, it's a pretty safe jump. So once you're here, much less chance of running into anything other than the NPC guards that you're going to get at any of the security depots. So we're just going to close the distance into the security depot. Now, as soon as we get within, say, about 2,000 metres of it, it's going to start shooting at us. And for most people in a small ship, that's a problem. Even if you've got quite a big ship like Connie, You can engage the turret on the security depot. You might very well be able to kill it, but it's going to take you time, and if you're not a great pilot, it's all complications. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you the easy way to do this. Alright, so we're getting quite close to the security depot. We don't want to get within shooting range, so we're going to land the ship. Now, if you've got a small ship, you can just land it in cover where the gun can't hit you and run to the depot. If you've got a bigger ship like this, you're going to have to land basically out the gun's range, which is what we're going to do. And if that's 2 kilometres away, it's a bit of a run to get yourself to the depot. What you can also do though, is you can bring yourself a vehicle. Alright, so we are down on the surface of Lyria and we're heading towards the security centre, which you can just see the flashing light ahead of me there. Now, I had brought a vehicle with me so I could do this in style, but in true Star Citizen fashion, it is not working. It will not leave my ship's cargo bay. So, we're doing it the slow way, which is fine, you know, because this is kind of the way that probably most people would end up doing it. You land about 2,000 metres away, and then you run. Okay, so we're approaching the security centre. You can see the turret actually, which would have been shooting at us, but it won't shoot at us on foot, or it won't shoot at you if you're in a ground vehicle either. Some hover vehicles, it will still target and shoot, so you're better off with the wheeled ones. But yeah, once we get in here, it's pretty much the same as a bunker mission, except we're killing everybody that moves. So no need to worry about friendly fire. And once we've killed everybody, we get to the terminal, and from there, we wipe our Crimestat, just like we wipe our visor. Nice of them to leave the door open. So, yeah, just take it easy, try and clear the ground. You don't want anybody coming up behind you at any point. You get all the way to here and then you get killed by a guard, then you're going to end up in prison. And that's the subject of another video yet to be made. But it would have been a bit of a waste of your time, so yeah, try not to get killed at this point. I don't recall it ever being quite this quiet before. Now, it's just possible that someone else has been here, but there's no signs of a fight. So, not gonna lie, this is making me a little bit edgy. this is the area that contains the security centre. The security terminal's here. Going to clean out this room at the back here. Alright, so this is a bit surprising. Honestly wasn't expecting to get in here without a fight. But okay then. Right, so you put the tiger key in your character's hand and then insert it in here. And we are now trying to crack the system. And this is going to take a wee bit of time and it's a wee bit nerve-wracking. So we'll just keep checking for guards. Some loot in here as well, but I don't feel quite brave enough to go checking that yet. Before it gets halted. Not going to let me get too far away from the terminal, obviously. Alright, so now we need to remove our different crime stats. So we'll dismiss, we need to get rid of the gun. That was a bit dodgy, this. Dismiss this under the grounds of diplomatic immunity. Just pick your own reason why it's not a valid charge. Is that one gone? Aggravated assault. Mental incompetence. And there we go, Crimestat free. The problem is we are still in a security centre, which we should not legally be in. So we need to get out of here, quickly as we can. Hopefully without having to shoot anybody. because that would be a pain. Okay, so that is the process from start to finish of how to remove a crime stat. The only thing left for me to do now is to get back to the colony, and that would be boring to watch. So that's it for this video. Just before I go, just say thank you for watching, and let you know that Star Citizen Uni is an org in the game which exists to help new players learn the ropes of the game a little bit better. So we welcome new players, we also welcome experienced players who have a bit of experience that they can pass on. You'll find the links below. Thanks again for watching, fly safe, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.